Hey, so this is my month vlog for October 2021. It's been a really busy month. The first thing we did this month was move into our new flat. So I covered it in last month's month vlog because I was very late in producing that. But yeah, that's what this month has mainly been about. All the kind of moving, stresses of that, getting furniture unpacked, unpacking loads of boxes. Still quite a lot to do, but we're now feeling settled in at the end of the month. We now have places for guests to stay, so if any of my friends end up in Edinburgh for any reason, want to visit, please do come and stay, just give me a shout. We've had some friends around for dinner, so it's nice getting back to that kind of social thing. It's been a little bit of a weird year, obviously, or a weird 2 years for social life. But it's good to be able to welcome people over into our house rather than maybe heading out to crowded restaurants where people might be a little bit more uncomfortable. So hopefully doing more of that over the winter. Haz and I have been out running a little bit, getting back to that, feeling a little bit unfit at the moment this month, but now that we're close to Arthur's Seat, I've got a new route just out and round a loop which is about 7k. Haz and I ran over via Duddingston, down to Duddingston Loch and up and over, and you get some really good views in the winter time. You know, the light is lower in the sky, so you kind of get dramatic clouds, sometimes with the rain and so on. So it's been nice getting out on those routes and getting back to the running again. My mum and dad visited Edinburgh to drop off a bunch of stuff and we visited the Botanics, so it's nice seeing the autumn colours come in. I'm always really impressed by their knowledge of plants and garden stuff. They keep a really good garden down in the south of Scotland. It's always nice to be out and about and sort of learning by osmosis their knowledge about plants and gardens. We don't have a big garden here, we've got a gravel garden at the front, but hopefully we'll get some potted plants and some flower beds on the go for spring next year. So towards the end of the month, Haz and I went down to Peebles for a walk along the River Tweed path. Peebles is really not far from Edinburgh. It was about a 45-minute drive. Walked along the path. It was probably about 12k in total. Really nice, really pleasant, old castles, farmland and the river. So it really makes for a nice day out. So we'll hopefully go back there. I think we might go back to do some trail running in that area. And I put up a journal entry with some photos from that trip, so check that out. This month I've been reading a bunch of books. The main book that I was reading this month was Reflections of the Revolution of France by Edmund Burke. So this is for the book club that I've been doing for the past year, the Intellect Great Book series. So it was good reading that, and I'm starting to read around a little bit about the history of revolution in France, some of the other associated books, Rights of Man, Vindication of the Rights of Women, that appeared out of that sort of time period. So I enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to the salon at the end of this week. I also started a new Open University course. It's always been part of the plan to do some Open University courses to progress towards something like a history or politics degree. So I'm in the second half of first year for this one. So studying a little bit around sociology. It's reasonably basic, but for that I read What Money Can't Buy by Michael Sandel, talking about the limits of markets and capitalism. I also read Science Fictions by Stuart Ritchie, covering scientific fraud and biases. I read 4,000 Weeks by Oliver Burkeman, the ex-Guardian columnist. Long sort of essay or meditation on the time that we've got to spend on the earth and how we should approach time management rather than particular time management techniques itself. So the idea being is that you have about 4,000 weeks in your lifespan and it asks a question to you, how are you going to use this? What is the priority for your time? And generally comes to the conclusion that you should slow down and be accepting that you're not going to get everything that you want to do done. So this month I'm picking up shorter contracts for work, working on some JavaScript, React and Node projects. I'll probably be looking for work in December and January, so if you've got any web projects that you want done, please do just give me a shout. I've also started working on the Edinburgh.js website. The meetup went dormant for the last year or two during the pandemic, so with a few others I'm hopefully reviving that for relaunching in January next year. So looking out for venues, some speakers and sponsors. So if you're interested in JavaScript and you're based in Edinburgh, give me a shout and I'll keep you informed about that. So that's it for this month. Looking forward to giving you an update on November in early December. I'll see you then.